Today I had something really nice planned for myself. I was getting ready all day for it, and as soon as I arrived at the location, I was met with a horrible tragedy, causing me to have to 180 and drive all the way home. And that was pretty devastating. It sucked mostly because I was looking forward to it. I set my whole day up trying to prepare, ready myself for it. But it didn't mean anything because I had to leave as soon as I got there. And today I wanted to talk about trying to deal with disappointment and not letting it consume you, I suppose. I was like, again, I was pretty devastated having to like not having to deal with what I had. I'm not gonna go into specifics. It was kind of personal, but the core of the message is still here. I was pretty devastated not being able to do what I was looking forward to, but uh, I mean, it was something important. I had no other choice to, which is it kind of alleviates a little bit of the frustration I have because if I didn't have a choice, I I can't let it really affect me. I've talked a lot about that. I've talked a lot about how if you have a choice in a situation, um, yes, you can allow things to affect you if like you make a wrong decision in something. But if something just happens to you, like today where I just something just happened to me, I couldn't really avoid it. There was no part like I couldn't take a step to prevent this. It was purely out of my control. Something like that, I don't allow I don't allow it to affect me as much just because on the principle of what could I have done? There's no learning moment. It just happens. Sometimes when you're riding a bike, you just fall down. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes it's preventable. Sometimes things just happen, and you can really only you can only learn from mistakes that you personally make. So again, if things just happen to not work out for me, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it. I've I've learned that that is a very good, I wouldn't say coping mechanism, but it's a very good just mindset to have because there are a lot of things in this world that end up being out of your control that a lot of people they try to rationalize or have an excuse ready to make it something they could have controlled or they could have had an input in. I'm gonna use an example at my job. Sometimes the customer tips, sometimes they don't. Sometimes, if it's a write-in tip, I have to go to the house and I just have to pray that they put a cool number down. Or I have to pray that it's not a child opening the door who just doesn't understand the concept of tipping. Or I have to hope it's whatever, you know? There are so many factors out of my control that if yes a child does open the door and I have to go, hey, is your parents home so they can sign this receipt and pay me, and they go, no, it's just me, and I go, ugh, I drove all the way out here and I'm not getting paid for it. But it's a little kid who genuinely does not understand, like he's like 5, it's a child. I'm not gonna get mad at a child for not tipping me, it's something stuff like that. Because I know people at my job, they will get mad. They will get upset when let's say orders don't line up in a way that benefits them, or if they keep getting maybe one pie orders and they're not making as much money as they thought they would be, or if they see someone else who's getting maybe really good doubles, really good tips. I know one guy at my job, he would get upset if he felt that the orders were being distributed unevenly or unfairly, even though it's really just based on like how many people are in the building, where are the houses located. I mean, it's very luck based. There's so many factors that go into it. Um, and he didn't like that. And I think, I mean, if you're gonna work like tips, kind of gotta be prepared for it to be mostly luck based. which is, I mean, great for me because again, I don't take it that seriously. I know I'm going to get paid. I'm going to get paid well. So if maybe one day I have a bad day where um I'm not getting the frequency of orders, or I'm not getting the amount of tips that I normally would be getting, I don't let it like hold me down because I know, okay, just bad day at the races. I'm just gonna come back tomorrow and maybe I'll have even better luck than normal and I'll make up the difference. Or maybe I'll have a streak of good days where I continuously make more and more money, which is what happened this last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Made $80 in tips one day, made 85 the next day, made 112 the next day. Um, all for like 3 to 4 hour shifts. And I'm like, stuff like that is like, it's out of my control, but like I don't let it affect me. I just keep a positive attitude about it. I just keep going. I don't let it hold me down. I just keep doing what I need to do, and things just start working out a little more, the more you apply yourself through failure, the more success you'll find. Just simple stuff like that. Also, I'm trying to keep my laptop over here so I don't look down at myself the entire time. I'm gonna hope the eye contact is making this more palatable to understand. But again, my main point really is trying to not let outside factors control your mood and control the way you feel about um, tomorrow and the next day, and just compounding all of the negative thoughts that come from things just not going your way, especially when those things not going your way have no, like, they're not your fault. They're unironically not your fault. What happened to me today, literally, I couldn't avoid. I got a phone call, something was explained to me, I had to go. I can't control that. I just had to deal with it, so I didn't let it make me feel bad about my day. That's all. Thank you.